Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to Rollin with Big Bill, where the throws flow smoother than your morning iced coffee. Alright then, if I was to say to you, relapse, what comes to mind? It's a word that some people throw around lightly until it's you that's staring in the face. We often paint it as some dramatic backslide, a total fall from grace, and sometimes it is. But not every slip ends in chaos, nah. Not every smoke, drink, message, or even moment means you're back to square one. Sometimes it's just a sign that you're human, that the weight you're carrying got too loud to ignore. There's a big difference between relapse and lapse, and tonight's story is going to walk that fine line. Let me tell you about Tyrese. Are you ready to go? Let's go, let's go. Tyrese used to flow through his days like a man on autopilot. Gaming late, smoking early, 7 joints a day, man. Easy. You'd catch him rolling with one hand while scrolling through TikTok with the other, headphones on, cussing at randoms mid-match with his old chest. But he wasn't lost though. He was just drifting. Then something pulled him in, filming. Not just holding a camera, but editing. Finding meaning in silence, piecing things together until they say something. He found that buzz, not from a zoo, but from making something beautiful out of nothing. And once that passion hit, things started to shift. He went back to uni, took night shifts to fund it, cut down on the weed, he started hitting the gym, he started building a portfolio. The gaming hours, they took a hit. The nights out, they became rare. He still had his people though, but he wasn't outside like before. Now, he was inside, building something. But growth doesn't mean you're immune though, nah. One week, his manager took a public jab at his commitment. Jaden, his cousin, borrowed money again and vanished. And just when he thought the week was done with him, he saw Shanice, his ex, at a bus stop glowing like peace itself. She had a massive glow up. She hit him with a soft, "You good?" and stepped into the Uber, as if it was her first time leaving him in pieces. And that was the moment the silence inside him started to hum. Tyrese wanted to talk, but where? Family, the energy was always defensive. Nothing ever lands right. Friends, yeah, they're solid, but they got their own stuff to deal with. He wasn't trying to be the heavy one, the one who always goes too deep when everyone else is trying to keep it light. So he said nothing, kept it moving. But that hum inside him, it kept growing. Later that night, his room was dim, calm, silent. One sock was missing, Johnson's baby oil still on the bedside table. We all know what Tyrese was up to, innit? A sock is a wild thing. Sometimes it's just laundry, sometimes it's confession. He stubbed his toe on something under the bed. He looked down, pulled out a dusty half-crushed shoebox like it was a message from his old self. Inside was a grinder, Rizzler, one sad-looking nug that he had forgotten about, wrapped up in a little container. He chuckled to himself. Woo! Boy, I was this close on hitting up the old plug, man, but this will do. Thank you. He sat down, rolled it like he never stopped, lit it, and for the first time that week, he exhaled. The thought of Shanice crept into his head. He thought to message her, but he didn't. He didn't spiral. He didn't crumble. He just sat in it. One pull turned into a moment of stillness, and in that stillness, he realized, this isn't about getting high, nah. This is about getting quiet enough to hear myself again. He wasn't escaping, he was just checking in. And yeah, maybe it wasn't the healthiest of methods, but it was real. He woke up the next day, clear, not craving. Didn't reach for the box, didn't feel shame, nada. He opened up his laptop, started editing, got back to it. Because Tyrese knew what he wanted. And that one lasp didn't define him. It reminded him that progress isn't always clean. Sometimes it's a little messy, a little unfiltered, but it's still progress. Alright then peeps, that's the end of the story. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments, send me a DM, do whatever. Let's just get one thing clear though. I'm not here to tell you what's right or wrong, yeah? I'm not here to try and act as if I've got it all figured out, because I don't. I'm just living the same life you guys are. I'm just saying, Sometimes we hold ourselves up to these impossible standards, man. We think that if we slip, we failed. But the truth is, lapses happen. That moment of weakness, that step back, it doesn't cancel out all the steps you've made moving forward, man. It's what you do after which counts the most. And yeah, if you ever found yourself with one sock on, an open shoebox under the bed, and some Johnson's baby oil in your line of sight, you're not broken, man. You're just human. Here's a little quote that I'm going to leave you guys with. Everyone's got something that they go back to when life gets loud. It's not the going back that breaks you, it's the forgetting why you started moving forward in the first place that breaks you. Let me know your thoughts. My handle's @BigBillPodcast. Until the next ride, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep cruising. And remember, the best stories always keep you cruising. Just be you.